but we will be able to film you playing chess.
Yes, if you like. It's not a very active kind of film. It's very quiet. You know, it is still really. It's your move. That's good.
Oh my god. Kid you not, finished like the last 30 minutes of this just like pacing my room because I haven't been able to just like sit still and read. I just feel like I have to move around and read. I don't know what that says about me now, but and for anyone who has a sibling, like this is your sign to go text them now because I really love my brother. I do. In our upbringing, never really had a good relationship. Unstable. Incredibly unstable. But now he's like my best friend. He literally knows my well-being all times 24/7, and that's perhaps exhaustive. There's just like things I'd never been able to admit to him, and I lashed out, I think, because I wasn't ever able to really tell him how I felt. And I'm just glad like now, where I'm at now and where he's at now, that I'm able to be so open and honest with him. Beautiful relationship between two brothers. It's a wonderful siblingship book. Many thoughts to come, but I just feel so still, crushed. I guess present is the actual word I'm looking for, but I don't know what the word is. I think because I haven't been able to be my best or feel my best, and I think I'm just glad I finally caught up to my own breath. I think that's it, but wow. Oh my god. Y'all, I know I was so quick to be a hater on this because of hype, but it's good work. It really is good work. Anyway, I don't know if this will be the intro to the vlog or not, but I've been so unwell. To my girls, gays, and days, how's it going? It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Told you so. I did this last night, and to be real, to be honest, I could not sleep last night. Turning over and over in my sleep. I'm that little hot dog wiener at the 7-Eleven. Cheeseburger hot dog, that's me. Woke up at like 4 and then woke up again at like 5 and then just sort of like laid in bed and watched the light change. Anybody else that depressed ever? Just like sometimes you have to watch the movement of light to see time passing and know that it's passing. It's one of the many ways that I stay present. I haven't done my written review and I think it'll take a few days to do so. You know, I think about that. What was it that I recently read or watched about adding to the dust of the world? Somebody had said that. Who had said it? But, I forgot who said it, but it was like the beauty of saying so much and not having it heard, or having it to take years to be heard. Talking about like undiscovered artists or certain books just lost to time. Anything lost to time and then finding it. But it's that idea of adding to the collectivism, to the construction of the world. Like, it's constantly being constructed. With every new baby born, or every new thought occurring, or any TikTok regurgitated, something is being created every single day. This constant creation. And you're just adding to the dust to it. And it's kind of beautiful. Because my apartment, real dusty right now. And I'm like, wow, I just vacuumed the other day. How did it get so dusty? That collectivism. It all adds up. It all adds up. Anyway, I say all of this because some of that is in here. And I want to say that I had to check. Is Sally Rooney friends with Sheila Heti? Because I remember Sheila Heti in an interview once talking about how she could never do Rooney's writing in that there are boring bits, and Rooney writes through the boring bits like she has to. Sheila Heti is like, I can't do that. Like, I feel like every single sentence has to matter, or every single part has to matter. Oh. Because I'm that insane person that, like, has a long list of alarms, just to make sure I'm up. Uppity up. When you look at Sheila Heti's work, there's almost an essentialism to it. I think that's why it's always written, I guess you could call it fragmented in a way, where the passages are usually quite short. There's usually negative space that supports her sentences. And the reason why I say all this is because when I was reading this new Sally Rooney, that the sort of detached staccato sentences of Ivan Kubek, or Ivan. Ivan? I need to know. And it's written in this way because I think it's supposed to mimic in all the ways we feel detached and interrupted in life by grief, by the death of someone very close to you. Because sometimes there will be these really specific statements, but then the language gets a bit pointed. And what I mean is that there's an essentialism where it's really stripped down to almost these mantras, these reminders in a way that keeps you grounded. He answers without knowing what he's saying. I just want this year to be over. It will be, she says, very soon. But that won't bring him back, will it? No, it won't. And then it switches back to the third-person voice where we have descending down over him the feeling, horribly. To think of all his failures, catastrophe he has made of his life, litany of irretrievable losses, everything that has gone from him, everything he can never have back again, his youth, his happiness. And a few passages later, to imagine also his life, the life that is only imagined. Okay, maybe that wasn't such a good passage, but just to give you a taste, a sampler of some of the beautiful language, I think here's a better representation. There will sort of be these staccato thoughts through Ivan, and then there will be passages like this. No one is perfect. Sometimes you need people to be perfect, and they can't be, and you hate them forever for not being, even though it isn't their fault, and it's not yours either. You just needed something they didn't have in them to give you. And then in other people's lives, you do the same thing. You're the person who lets everyone down, who fails to make anything better, and you hate yourself so much you wish you were dead. Rapidly, and it seems illogically with strange disjointed connections, thoughts go on moving through Ivan's brain. Memories of feelings or feelings about memories, in other words, nothing real. How can it be real to think of these things, this force field sensation, this desire to hurt or protect? Things that are real belong to the material world. Feelings, memories, ideas, dreams, these things are outside the realm of objective reality. That perfect self-contained realm, like a snow globe, with everything real inside it. Inside the realm, or outside, a fact, a reality, or just a memory, a feeling. I mean, I can't help but think of Sheila Heti and the way that the language is so pointed, because I think you get this in, say, Motherhood or Pure Color, or even most recently, Alphabetical Diaries. And in an interview from The Cut with Sally Rooney, she says that how should a person be was really substantial to her. She says, I look back on it and I think about the substantial content of the book. Like, I think about the relationship, the female friendship that's depicted, and how gratifying and fulfilling I found that depiction, and how much it spoke to me. But really, I think what it is was the style, the way the sentences were constructed, and the construction of the prose. The whole shape and form of the novel. I just felt like I had not read anything like that before. It felt like it had stripped away everything boring about a novel and just lets in the stuff that was actually good. And it was really like, oh my god, we don't have to write the boring bits. Like, you don't have to write the joints and the connections. You can just do the things that are interesting. That felt really exhilarating for me as a reader. And I think this sentiment really shines through with Intermezzo. More so than I feel like in Beautiful World, Where Are You?, where I feel like she was really focused on particular perceptions of each character in her book. and relaying their thoughts. But really, what if it is the collectivism? What if the real thought is all of our thoughts connected and said out loud? Maybe that's it. I think that's maybe how the kids should be talking these days. I wonder, like, why does this generation like Sally Rooney so much? Because for all the haters out there, are y'all older? Let me know. Because what I think I like about Sally Rooney is that I think she writes dialogue in the way where we really aren't talking to each other anymore. She literally hands us the magnifying glass, showing us, telling us that, like, look, we aren't talking to each other. There's so much miscommunication. There's so much left unsaid. Why do we do this to each other? And I think Rooney's investigation in all this continues. It's here. It's apparent here. And then, you know, we get the usual Catholic guilt and questions of God and man's understanding destiny versus fate. And also the first world problem clickbaity buzzwords appear in the book as well, which I found not to be an issue in Beautiful World, Where Are You, but just interesting. And in Normal People as well. But yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe the language is so pointed because that's how it should be dealt with. And it's interesting to have that as a way of processing grief. This is a big grief book as well. It's about losing yourself to grief, losing the people around you as well, the not understanding, the being misunderstood. But it's like, how much of each other do we actually understand? And I think this ties in beautifully with my recent viewing of this film, this great film that is going to be a 5-star watch for me for the month of September. It is What Happened Was, out of 1990-something. It's so interesting because you have this man and this woman. They're essentially on this date, but they're in this woman's apartment having dinner. And it's a stage play adapted to film. But what is beautiful about it is that they share all these like really intimate moments and details about themselves without really talking to each other, without really getting to know each other. And it makes you think, like, there's so much inside that'll never be relayed outside. That's a problem. The conundrum of culture in the world. Now and then, this problem will always exist. I think it's more inherent for the kids now. I mean, the kids are not all right. It's tough. I think with the way social media and COVID and sort of the disruption of communication, we talk in these really odd, sporadic, fragmented ways. And I think that, leads into some of the fragmented literature that we have had. Say, Patricia Lockwood or any of the Twitter novels. You know what I mean. It's dealing with that problem and also tackling grief. Like, how do you talk to people about grief anymore? Do we have the empathy anymore? Early on in my reading, I really wanted to be a hater. Because I was just like, yeah, when she sets up the chessboard of the book, essentially, all the pieces are there. All the players are there. You can kind of map out where it's going to go. Even though it's titled intermezzo, which is a chess move where something unexpected occurs in the game. But I think it was even Nabokov who said that most of the thrill of the game is in the beginning of the game, and you already know how it's sort of mapped out and played out. And let me tell y'all, this has made me re-download chess. We be playing. Haven't felt this way since The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. I always wanted to read the book, but haven't. And The Lutzen Defense by Nabokov, if anyone wanted great chess books. Anyone read Chess Story by Stephen Zweig? I want to know. So it felt very Rooney early on, and I was kind of bored by it, to be honest. When I think you get settled into sort of the staccato rhythm the writing takes on for Ivan's bits. Yeah, I don't know, something shifted, and the language was really pointed. I say that because I think it was like pointing fingers at me, but also pointing fingers at the world, and not asking, but like saying, this is it, this is how it is, this is how we should move through it. Almost like, this is all I know. All I know will be carried into the world, but all I will know will also be something of great importance. And maybe that's the intermezzo as well. These unexpected triggers, thoughts, moves that will disrupt, and perhaps disrupt in a good way, because it shifts your point of view. It makes you think of other moves, makes you think of other opportunities, other doors, other days of light, I think. It's not always so blue. I think I just have to let it sit for a bit, review my quotes for the book. a good amount of brilliant quotes that I absolutely adored. But then when I was looking over them, I realized how much of the language is like Sheila Heti. I mean, it goes back to that thing that I first found in my rereading of Alphabetical Diaries and its connection to Parade by Rachel Cusk, where there's this essentialism, this wanting to tell the story without having to do the boring bits. It will not be fiction and will not tell a story, and there will be no characters, and you will not worry about the voice or the way it is written, just about what you are saying. And that's it. That's it. Maybe that's what we need now. And just started Sputnik Sweetheart by Haruki Murakami, doing this as a buddy read with the wonderful Ross. If you guys haven't yet, please go out and follow Ross. He has a vision. I see the vision, and I love the vision. So go out, do it for the vision, his vision. This is like my 5th or 6th time rereading this. So far, I'm 7 pages in. I love it. I love it. I think what I like most about it is that Murakami does not waste time in how he already fleshes out his characters. Sometimes it just takes too long, and I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for just setting it all up. And I can't wait to see how it plays out. Yeah, what we have is a love triangle, 2 lesbians. In between the 2 lesbians, a boy. Blech. Man, why do they always have to ruin everything, right? Glad Murakami sees that. Oh my god. What is really starting out this video is we're meeting a very special guest today. Do I spoil it now? Do I tell you? I will just say I love her a lot, and we did do a buddy read. Twice, I think? Yeah, we did, with 2 really good books. I love her love for literature. She has wonderful thoughts on Elena Ferrante and Rachel Cusk. She's a Cusk completionist. I think she's done. Yeah, she's also a Ferrante completionist. I think she's also done with that, so love her for that. Wonderful contribution to the booktube community. I can't believe this meeting is happening, honestly. It just kind of astounds me sometimes that, like, you meet people online and then you get to actually physically meet them. And they're, like, the kind of people that you've always wanted as a friend. Like, readers. Honestly, in my personal social physical circles, very few people read. Very few. Very, like this much. It's always such joy when you meet someone who does read. Most of those people that I do meet, they're like oceans away. When we cross those oceans and meet in one place at the same time, it's beautiful. Stay tuned for whatever this vlog is. Deuces!
Casual, 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 casual.
Look who's we're here together. It's crazy.
Having a great time.
Yeah. Wish you were here. Whoever
You
are.
wish you were here.
Yeah, you wish you were here. Do I wish you were here?
No. Casual, 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 casual.
What do you think of Seoul?
Casual, casual.
Hey, hi, hello, guess what?
We are at a bookshop looking at books. Who would have thought?
Are you surprised? Action.
So these are the books that I'm buying. It might be a bit excessive, but I don't care. I'm Writing by Stephen King. Heard this is great. It makes people want to write books. I have no interest in writing a book, but I'm interested in reading about how to write one. My Year Abroad, Chiang Rai Lee. Seen this one around, really love the cover. Never picked it up. Sounds like a fun story. Darkly comedic, suspenseful, and crackling with satirical commentary. Just sounds fun. The Plague by Albert Camus. Great cover. Don't get this one in New Zealand, so picking it up here. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Again, I haven't come across this cover in a nice floppy paperback, so picking it up here. Okay, this one I actually already own, Kairos by Jenny Uppenbeck, but the cover I have is disgusting and it's stiff as fuck, so I'm buying this one. And lastly, Olive Kittredge by Elizabeth Strout, because I really want to read this. And it's a US edition, and I'm a sucker for those, so.
Good flop. It's good flop.
Good flop.
Comment down below. Are all of these cops? Let us know.
You tell me.
ダメです。抗がんが収縮し、そうそうと果ててしまいそうだと分かると、あなたはさっと口を離しました。王女様の目は暗がりの中で青白く光っており。
To my girls, gays and days, how's it going? How y'all doing? Ace? We doing Ace? Renee and I had an amazing time. It was great. Books, art, coffee, everything. It was great. It was a wonderful day. And guess what? We're doing it again. I'm gonna meet her in a few. We saw some Rothkos. Saw a bunch of art. I'm like arted out a bit. Made some progress on Sputnik Sweetheart. About 50 pages of the way through. I remember why I loved this so much when I'd read it very early on. Because there are big questions about who am I? It's about the who, it's about the I, and trying to piece those together and formulate something for ourselves. In between loving different people, there's all these like little things that we have to do. And along the way, we forget how to answer, who am I? Still one of my favorites. If y'all need to do one Murakami in your life, do my fave, Sputnik Sweetheart. I'm gonna do more reading on that, and then with Renee, we're gonna do MMCA, maybe coffee, and then I gotta dip out because we got just shit to do. So I feel like I haven't done a lot, but I've done plenty. Did my laundry, had lunch, ran some errands, YouTube stuff, a bit of editing, some reading, and yet here I am. I even managed to get some TikTok time in, but it's already 2 in the afternoon, essentially, and I feel like I haven't done much. It's real, y'all, it's real. When people tell you that time is, oh, I forgot to mention, okay. But it's real. When people tell you that when you age, time escapes you, it does escape you. Be doing the things that you want to be doing when you're young, healthy. When I was your age. Y'all, I need to tell you something. I'm so sad. I don't think I've properly shown you how this works. My favorite fisheye vlogging camera. I like it a lot because it's so, oh my god, okay, oh my god, that scared the doo-doo out of me, but there it is, and yeah, I love this because it has a little stand, a little kickstand that holds itself up, perfect for vlogging. I love it, love it. It broke yesterday because there's an option to like bring it like this so then you can selfie yourself, but look. The screen's gone fuzzy. I have to take it to the Canon store to have it fixed, but they literally close when I get off of work. And it takes 2 days for them to have it like fixed. And they're not open on the weekends either, which sucks. So I think I'm gonna have to, yeah, I have to figure it out. But yeah, that's where we're at. The mission of the day is to just use my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm filming on right now. The only thing is that I don't like doing sit-down videos with this because it takes up like a lot of space and storage on my iPad mini from where I edit from. It's been a hassle. It's been a lot, actually, having to do like 3 sit-down videos by the end of the month, roll them out, you know, edit them, roll them out, and then upload them, and then immediately delete the footage off my iPad mini so I have storage. I'm not paying for the cloud. iCloud, that's a scam. That's a scam. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Stay tuned. Bye.
The doors are on your left. You can transfer to line number 2.
Hey, it's us again. Gonna go see some art. Love art. Hey, Renee, do you love art?
Love it.
Oh my god, me too.
Eat, drink, live.
Had another successful, lovely day with Renee. And we met a subscriber. Hello, subscriber. Yeah, that was really lovely. Caught me at the Teresa Hakkyongcha exhibit having a moment. Now, gonna get groceries. Bye.